let's talk about UFC 287 real quick. We already talked about the main event. Let's talk a little bit about the co-main and the Coco main. I guess you can call it that, right? The third fight's like
Yep.
Coco main event. Let's start off with Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal. I don't got too much to say about this fight, but it was a good fight. It was dominant on Gilbert Burns' part, kind of what I expected. Jorge did not really show. He didn't show too much urgency. I feel like he just let Gilbert Burns kind of do his thing. I know that sounds kind of mean, but I would like to have seen a little bit more from Jorge's side, especially because he said, "Hey, bet the house on me." He was like plus 345, and he literally said in a interview, "Bet the house on me." And I didn't really see anything from him that would make me feel comfortable about betting the house on him. Gilbert did great though, and I want to see Gilbert continue to fight the best. I am a big fan of him now. Just after the Shemaev fight, I got my eyes on Gilbert Burns, and I think the whole UFC, the whole MMA world has their eyes on him. If they didn't before, they did now.
Homie's excited, man.
I'm always excited. I'm over here knocking out my mic.
microphone and everything, man. I gotta tell you, man. Jorge had to do what you did to the microphone and tag him up.
Yeah, and he didn't.
I think, yeah,
and
man.
he didn't.
Jorge was missing, was missing passion. I think, I don't know, maybe
Like urgency, not really going for
it. I feel like maybe he kind of checked himself out before the fight because he did announce that if he didn't win this fight, he was gonna retire. I feel like that's something you don't really say.
Yeah.
It's like you're putting
I agree with you.
unnecessary pressure on yourself to perform at a very high level. Just go out there and do what you do every night, man. If you get the win, great. If you don't, then, you know, and you want to retire, tell us afterwards. But don't have that mindset going in there.
Because it's going to be in the back of your head.
Yeah, for me, this fight was, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. It was kind of boring, to be honest. I felt like Jorge was going to... I thought the fight was going to be more entertaining than what it was. Yeah. I thought Jorge was going to go out there, let the hands loose. I thought Gilbert Burns was going to go out there, shoot the double legs, shoot the singles, shoot anything, try to get Jorge down. And Jorge, with the background that he does have, training with Bo Nichols, I thought he was going to be able to stuff some of those takedowns and be able to keep the fight on the feet and keep it fresh on the striking. But that's not what we got. What we got was Gilbert Burns going out there and essentially dominating the fight and getting the win, and I'm not mad about it. Now, what I would like to see is Gilbert Burns get a title shot. To be honest, either if he doesn't get a title shot, and he needs to fight one more time and definitely get it. If he gets the win, get it after, because the man.
He damn near fought everybody.
He's fought everybody. He's done what the UFC has asked of him. He fought Shemaev, which is someone who nobody wanted to fight. And Gilbert Burns went out there, and in some people's eyes, he won that fight. So, yeah, you gotta
keep your eyes on that guy.
Yeah, you gotta give Gilbert Burns a title shot fight, title.
Yeah, a title fight or a title shot at least.
Very soon.
Get him up fighting for that strap in the next fight or two.
Now, moving on, though, like Richard liked to say, the co-main event, we had Rob Font facing Adrian Yanez. And coming into this fight, man, Rob Font was the underdog in the books.
They were counting him out, Rob.
He was also the underdogs in a lot of people's hearts. And honestly, me over here, I'm a big Rob Font fan. And no, it's not because he has my name.
And no, it's not because he's Puerto Rican.
No, a little bit.
A little bit.
But it's because he got that crisp jab. He's durable, great cardio. And
great guy, too. Just a good guy to be a fan of.
Exactly. And I knew going into this fight that people were just sleeping on him big time because he was coming off of 2 losses against... One is Jose Aldo, who's a Hall of Fame, and the other one was Chito Vera, who was on a run. You know, he was just on a run. He was feeling
He had all
good.
the momentum.
Yeah. And Rob Font did very well in both of those fights. And I think even though he lost those fights, coming into the Adrian Yanez, people were just looking at the outcome of those 2 fights and not looking at Rob Font for the whole picture. And surely we were here, and look what happened. Rob Font looked beautiful. He finished the fight in 1 round. Overall, I was amazed about his output in that fight. Was able to finish it in 1 round. Unbelievable. I got to give Rob Font his flowers. I can't wait for his next fight. It's up in the works, man. He can fight a lot of people in that weight class.
Yeah, he's got some options. He can fight, like you mentioned, Marab.
Marab would
That's
be
a
a
good
good
one.
fight because, like we said, we got a wrestler versus a striker like Rob Fonts, and styles make fight.
Mm-hmm.
I know you said Sean O'Malley. That would be a strikers versus strikers paradise right there.
Which is a fan favorite in the making right there. It's fight
yep.
of the night in the making.
100%. Who else can you see right here, Rob, fighting in that weight class, man? There's a lot of fighters in that division. We can also see Rob Font and Chito Vera get that rematch, and maybe if Rob wants it, he can push for it since he's just won and Chito Vera's just lost. I know Rob Font and Corey Sandhagen haven't fought, and they both just won it, so that would be another striker's paradise. So
That would be, and that would be a good title shot eliminator too. I think.
Yes and no, because
Who else?
I feel like Corey Sandhagen is on a 2-fight win streak. He's just beat Sonya Dong, and then he beat Chito Vera. Rob Font is only in a 1-fight win streak. Even though I love Rob Font, I feel like one more fight for Rob Font isn't fair for him to fight for the belt. Not just quite yet.
Even if it's a big name, even if it's like a good name,
like Corey Sandhagen.
Yeah. And if he does it in amazing fashion,
it has to be an amazing fashion for that to happen. Then I guess Rob beat Yanez, beat Corey Sandhagen, amazing fashion. Can he fight for the belt? I suppose. I mean, that the weight class is so stacked.
Tough.
We got O'Malley's just hanging around. We got Marab. Apparently, he's just the gatekeeper now because he's now willing to fight the champion. We got Cejudo now. We have so much.
That's crazy. You just said, Marab's the gatekeeper. That is not a good gatekeeper.
I mean, he's the gatekeeper by choice.
By choice, yeah.
Yeah. Because if it
that's why it's not good.
Yeah,
that's a tough gate.
Yeah,
I ain't never going through that gate.
Yeah,
there's just no way.
It's honestly crazy.
I don't got the passcode for that gate.
Yeah,
he's tough. I don't. Man, he's tough. I want to see Rob Font go against him. Marab is tough as nails. I think he's number 2.
But like I said, I think Styles,
he's right behind
I
Aljo.
think Styles make fight because Rob Font will, with that nasty jab that he has, can keep Marab away. And
once he gets it going, it's a wrap.
And if Marab can't get past that nice job of Rob Font, then you can't get to those legs and you can't get the takedown. So I'll say it again: Styles make fight. So.